Saturday landscaping quotes with Keith Kalfas. I'm driving, so I'm going to be looking at the road, but I want to make this video to share with you if you're in your first couple years in your small business and you're making mistakes. Now is the time of year to be extremely careful, extremely picky, and even paranoid about what type of work you take on. Because if you book your calendar up with mistakes, low paying work, or low profit work, you will be in anxiety and you will be kicking yourself very hard as you're knees deep in the middle of these jobs and not making the money you were supposed to make. This is the time to be very, very skeptical. And so I'm on my way back to a customer's property. I just sold a job, about an $800 job. I sold it for $1,500. And now I'm going to sell a $1,500 job, and I'm going to try to get it up to $2,000. And it has nothing to do with being greedy or anything. It has to do with being extremely careful. As I unpack this on the way to the quote, I only have about 6 or 7 minutes here, so I'll try to make it as impactful as possible. I was just on the phone with a customer locking down the job over the phone and requiring a 50% deposit up front with a credit card payment. And I noticed that the customer was being kind of picky about what they want done on their property. And when a customer is picky and they start saying, well, I want this, but a little bit of that, that immediately raises red flags in my mind, because what we like to do is the whole enchilada. Our customer is the customer who is busy, they have money, they have a problem, we have the solution, and we're selling them a solution, which is the whole enchilada. Just go ahead and get the whole thing done. Where do I sign on the dotted line? Whenever a customer starts getting picky, I will back out in 2 seconds. I don't care. And I've got a business to run and money to make. I'll back out in 2 seconds. So I'm going to a customer's property right now, even though they've been waiting for a week. And I was already there this morning, and I was on the phone with them, and we're about to close it over the phone. I said, wait a second. I'm coming back to your property right now to walk the property with you, because there's a possibility, just because you're agreeing with the customer over the phone on something, that you might be creating an expectation in their head that you can't even meet. When you say the word dog, here, I'll say the word dog to you. What type of dog are you thinking of? You might be thinking of a woof woof dog, and I'm thinking of an arf arf dog. So, I'm so fired up right now I can't even get the words out. All right. I'm like angry right now, bro. Okay. Whenever, it's like a spider web. Whenever these little, I don't even give a shit. I'm pulling over right now. I'm putting on my flashers on so I can explain this. Pulled over, flashers on. Let's talk business. Okay? I don't care. The customer can wait. Okay. When you're on the phone with a customer or you're walking a property and you're negotiating, these little tiny subtle red flags will pop up. It's like a little blip on the radar screen. Your job is to take out your magnifying glass and say, stop. Let's blow that thing up and analyze that. That's going to cost you extra money, customer. Because when a customer is about to write the check, or they pull out a wad of cash or something like that, and your heart starts beating because you're about to score and get the money, that's when you should raise the stakes even higher. I don't want the job, I don't want your money, because I sense that there's something in there. Oh, we'll just throw that thing in, or I'll handle that when we get to it. Like those little tiny things, every single thing should be a line item that you're not responsible for paying for or covering the cost of. If you're about to close a $10,000 job and you say, oh, we'll just go get the materials for free, because I'm doing a $10,000 job. Like, you'll justify it in your head. Hell no. You're charging the customer a transportation fee to get the materials. Oh, you got dumping fees? Okay, you're charging the customer a dumping fee plus transportation costs to go do the dump. Oh, wait a second. We can get this whole job done in a day. No, you won't. It's going to take 2 days. So let's build in an extra 30% in case it takes you a day and a half. I think that you should build every little tiny thing into your job so you can serve your customer at the highest level. So when you're actually doing the job, you're getting get paid. And then after you do every single line item, you look, you say, wait a second, am I making my owner's profit? Am I making the margins that I need to make? Am I building in a bonus for my guys? Can I buy the guys lunch too on top of all this? Because if you can't, then it's not a win-win. Because all the customer is giving you is a piece of paper. It's an IOU. Or they're giving you some fiat fake-ass money that doesn't mean anything. The real value is in the finished product that they're getting. It's in your actual labor. So I've been practicing this, and I want to share this with you. I just quoted a job just repairing and grading and doing some sod. It was about an $800 job. And what I did was I jacked it up all the way up to $1,500 and gave the customer a $100 discount and made it $1,400 because I want to put $800 in profit in my pocket after all expenses for that day. And here's something interesting I want to share with you. The customer said to me, the customer said, you know what, your quote was a lot higher than other landscapers, but I really like you and you're very professional in the way you carry yourself, so I want to go with you. I was like, that's really weird. I said, well, the truth is a lot of landscapers won't show up, or they'll become knocking on your door asking for more money. So there's a lot to be said about the way that you carry yourself, the way you talk on the phone, and the way that you present yourself with your customers. Customers are willing to pay you more money when they can feel the authenticity and the character inside of you and in your business. When they know that they can relax because they know that you're going to show up and you're going to do a kick-ass job and they don't have to worry about anything, they're actually paying for an end result. They're not paying for the work. Your product and your service is an obstacle to what the customer wants. They want a result. They don't care about you. They don't care about your product or your service. It's a pain in the ass to them that they want to get off their plate. If you sell them a solution, then you can charge a lot more money. And any job that has more variables in it and more complexity, you need to charge for every single little tiny variable and complexity, or don't do it whatsoever at all. Be willing to walk. And I'll wrap the video up with this because I got to go. Stanley Genetic told me one time, he was saying, this made it very clear to me, because we mess things up in our head of what we think. Like, you could build an entire skyscraper in your head in 2 seconds. Oh, I just built a skyscraper, dog. I put some landscaping around it, a basement. The skyscraper has a community pool. There's trains going. It's like Sim City. But in reality, what does that really take? Like, the way you get out of theoretical and the conceptual into the tangible, like linear time. You can think in quantum and geometric all day, but what is linear time work? I learned that when you can get extremely linear and geometric at the same time with the way you're thinking, lose your left and right brain, your emotional brain and your logical brain, so you can be artistic as a landscaper, but when it comes to the numbers and time, you are very literal and willing to walk. So here's what Stan said. You only have so many days in your calendar that you can fit work into the summer. You can fit those with low-paying, crappy jobs that you don't want, or you can raise the stakes and fill it with high-paying, high-profitable jobs. If you don't understand marketing and you don't know how to get your phone to ring, then you might go into a reactive state. But this is the time. I just challenge you to raise your prices, raise your stakes, raise your identity. And this is the year that you're going to make more money than you've ever made in your life. This is the year you're going to make 30% more profit on any other jobs than you ever had. You are a money magnet. You deserve it. You're going to have a pocket full of cash. You're going to have more money in your bank account Give me a thumbs up. You're going to have more money in your bank account. You're going to have all your money saved up for all your year's taxes and your quarterlies. Like it's going to be nothing to you. You're going to write the check and not even going to miss it. This is your year. And I really believe that when you believe in yourself and you're calm and collected and you connect that to your customers and creating a solution for them, they're just going to sign on the dotted line. No more are you going to underquote jobs this year. No more are you going to find yourself in a sticky position with your hair being pulled out. You're going to plan everything in advance, right? I did a Facebook Live with Joshua Latimer last night, and dude, I was nervous. He started dissecting my business in front of everybody, and my whole face was red. He's like, it sounds like you're taking too much profit out of the company, Kalfas. You're paying yourself too much. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Move back down to a 1-bedroom apartment? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, raise your prices on everything. You're worth it. You've been doing this long enough. This is it. And here's the final thing I want to say before I go. You don't have much effing anxiety when you're getting paid well. When you're on a project and you know you're making bank, do you have anxiety? No, you don't. You actually feel great about it. You always feel good. You have the extra steam in your engine when you're getting paid good. You're willing to go out and work until dark when you're crushing it and making bank. When you're making a 50% profit margin, you're happy as shit. When you can buy all your guys lunch and give them a bonus, you're happy when you're making profit. So you're only upset and frustrated and anxiety when you're not making good money. And the things that you're afraid of doing in your business, just like me, I have all my own fears, is because I'm afraid I won't make any money. That's the only reason. Dude, I would get into hardscape and patios and all types of stuff if I knew I would make really, really good money. I'm just afraid of all the mistakes and learning lessons along the way. But so I think we have a lot more control than we think. If we can price things really, really high that we either don't know how to do yet, or things that we are afraid to do, or things that we hate doing, then at least if we get the job, we're making really, really good money and we feel good about it, right? So you have a lot more control than you think. That's what I wanted to say. If there's anything you hate doing in your business, raise the price and raise the stakes really high. Don't stop doing it. Just price yourself out of it. And the last thing is a premium package. I study a lot of consulting stuff because I have an internet business and I learned some crazy stuff. Have what's called as the white glove service. Have that one thing in your business that you offer your customers, but it's so astronomically priced that people only actually want it done like once a month because it's just ridiculous. But when they do want it done, you actually make a whole bunch of money. So think about it in your business. Call it the white glove service or call it the whole enchilada, whatever it is. Think in terms of like stuff like that. So you're getting paid 6 different ways till Sunday. Okay, I'm going to this property right now, and the customer seems picky, so I'm raising the price up through the roof, and if they don't like it, I'm going to walk. And I hope you do the same. And thanks